We all know cats, we all know dogs, we all know camels and sharks and geese. But there are some animals that have been caught on camera that defy all human understanding of what animals should look like. Animals you might even refer to as creatures. Perhaps Mother Nature is more complex than we know. Perhaps there are monsters among us. Whatever the truth, these are unique creatures you will regret if you don't see them. Number 5. Thorny Dragon. The thorny devil, also commonly known as the mountain devil, thorny lizard, thorny dragon, and mollusk, is a species of lizard in the family Agamidae. The species is endemic to Australia. It is the sole species in the genus Mollusk. It also, despite being teeny, looks totally badass. Look at this spiky little dude. These guys are covered entirely with conical spines. The thorny devil lizard usually lives in the desert of central Australia. The thorny devil grows up to 21 centimeters, or 8.3 inches in total length, including tail, and can live for a remarkably long 15 to 20 years. The females are even larger than the males. Most specimens are colored in camouflaging shades of desert browns and tans. These colors change from pale colors during warm weather to darker colors during cold weather. As mentioned, the thorny devil is covered entirely with conical spines that are mostly uncalcified. These thorny scales also help to defend it from predators. Camouflage and deception may also be used to evade predation. This lizard's unusual gait involves freezing and rocking as it moves slowly in search of food, water, and mates. The thorny devil also features a spiny false head on the back of its neck, and the lizard presents this to potential predators by dipping its real head. The false head is made of soft tissue. The thorny devil's scales are ridged, enabling the animal to collect water simply by touching it with any part of its body, usually the limbs. The capillary principle allows the water to be transported to the mouth through the skin. Gnarly. The thorny devil usually lives in the arid scrubland and desert that covers most of central Australia, sandplain and sandridge desert in the deep interior and the Mallee Belt. The habitat of the thorny devil coincides more with the regions of sandy loam soils than with a particular climate in Western Australia. Now it's time for the rare topic. This incredible photo comes to us courtesy of a fan of our channel. She, Laura Collier, claims to have spotted this horrifying looking creature for herself when she and her dog were out on a morning walk. It was her dog who spotted it first, smelling it from a distance. She says her dog totally lost his mind, uncontrollably barking, which was very out of character for her dog. Despite having almost never left her side since he was a puppy, he raced off, charging into the trees, barking madly. She chased after her dog. As she did, stumbled upon this peculiar thing. She grabbed this photo and says that everyone who has seen it simply cannot tell her what it is. What do you think? As always, comment down below with the hashtag #RareTopic, and we might pin the comment that best explains what is being shown in this image. With that said, let's keep things moving. Number 4. Babirusa. Babirusa is the big pig with massive carving tusks, found in the Indonesian islands of Sulawesi, Wallacea, Togian, and Sula. The Sulawesi babirusa has 2 pairs of enlarged canine teeth, or tusks, and is the largest of the 3 species of babirusa. It also looks seriously badass. Look at this thing. He looks like he belongs on the cover of an Iron Maiden album. Also known as deer pigs, they've got something of a prehistoric look, don't you think? The tusks actually pierce the flesh of the snout. We told you these things were metal. Babirusa comes in a variety of shapes and sizes, a bit like Air Jordans. The lower canines also grow upwards. The canines of the female are either reduced or absent. The structure of the male's canines varies by species. In the golden babirusa, the upper canines are short and slender, with the alveolar rotated forward to allow the lower canines to cross the lateral view. The Togian babirusa also has the same characteristics, and the upper canines always converge. The North Sulawesi babirusa has long and thick upper canines with a vertically implanted alveolar. This causes the upper canines to emerge vertically and not cross with the lower canines. Babirusa also vary by species and other characteristics. The golden babirusa has a long, thick plumage that is white, creamy gold, black or gold overall, and black at the rump. The plumage of the Togian babirusa is also long, but not as that of the golden babirusa. The Togian babirusa has a tawny, brown, or black plumage that is darker on the upper parts than in the lower parts. The North Sulawesi babirusa has very short hair and appears bald. Number 3. Fossa. Look at this awesome dude. His face doesn't match his body at all. It's like he's got the head of a way smaller animal. We love it. It's adorable as all heck. This right here is a fossa. A fossa is a wild cat-like mammal endemic to the island of Madagascar, relative to the mongoose and civet. The fossa is the top predator of Madagascar Island, the largest mammalian carnivore in Madagascar. Why wasn't one of these the star of the Madagascar films? Or maybe it was. I don't know. I've never watched them. The species is widespread, although population densities are usually low. It is found solely in the forested habitat and actively hunts both day and night. Over 50% of its diet consists of lemurs, the endemic primates found on the island. Tenrecs, rodents, lizards, birds, and other animals are also documented as prey. Mating usually occurs in trees on horizontal limbs and can last for several hours. Litters range from 1 to 6 pups, which are born blind and toothless. Infants wean after 4.5 months and are independent after a year. Life expectancy in captivity is 20 years. The fossa is listed as a vulnerable species by the International Union for Conservation of Nature. It is generally feared by the Malagasy people, which is a shame because we think they're adorable. The greatest threat to the species is sadly habitat destruction. The male of the species is also known for having an unusually long penis. And while we're on the subject of phallic imagery, Number 2. Proboscis monkey. Proboscis monkey is the long-nosed species of monkey found in the rainforests of Borneo. The proboscis monkey is famous and unique because of its unusually large nose. The proboscis monkey is a large species, being one of the largest monkey species native to Asia. Only the Tibetan macaque and a few of the gray langurs can rival its size. Sexual dimorphism is pronounced in the species. For those unfamiliar with the term, sexual dimorphism is when there is some pretty big genetic difference between the male and female of a species, beyond just genitalia. Horns on the head, different coloring, that sort of thing. Males have a head body length of 66 to 76.2 centimeters, that's 26 to 30 inches, and typically weigh 16 to 22.5 kg, or 35 to 50 pounds, with a maximum known weight of 30 kg, or 66 pounds. Females measure 53.3 to 62 centimeters, that's 21 to 24.4 inches in head and body length, and weigh 7 to 12 kg, or 15 to 26 pounds, with a maximum known mass of 15 kg, aka 33 pounds. Further adding to the dimorphism is the large nose or proboscis of the male, which can exceed 10.2 centimeters, 4 inches in length, and hangs lower than the mouth. Theories for the extensive length of their nose suggest it may be sexual selection by the females, who prefer louder vocalizations, with the size of the nose increasing the volume of the call. Nevertheless, the nose of the female is still fairly large for a primate. The proboscis monkey has a long coat. The fur on the back is bright orange, reddish-brown, yellowish-brown, or brick red. The underfur is light gray, yellowish or grayish to light orange. Infants are born with a blue-colored face that at 2.5 months darkens to gray. By 8.5 months of age, the face becomes cream-colored like the adults. The male has a red penis with a black scrotum. Both sexes have bulging stomachs that give the monkeys what resembles a potbelly. Many of the monkeys' toes are webbed. I mean, if you showed me a photo of one and told me it was photoshopped, I would 116% believe you. These things do not look real at all, just like how people way back when initially mistook the duck-billed platypus for a hoax. I think you could have mistaken the proboscis monkey for a prank. But nope, these guys and their noses are real. Number 1. Saiga antelope. The saiga antelope is a critically endangered antelope that originally inhabited the vast area of the Eurasian steppe zone, from the foothills of the Carpathian Mountains in Caucasus into Dzungaria in Mongolia. It also looks 8,000% awesome. Look at this crazy dude. Sadly, seeing how awesome they are, the saiga antelope is critically endangered. This is a real shame, as the saiga antelope is one of the most spectacular animals with an extremely distinctive appearance and enlarged nose. The saiga stands 61 to 81 centimeters, or 24 to 32 inches at the shoulder, and weighs 26 to 69 kg, or 57 to 152 pounds. The head and body length is typically between 100 and 140 centimeters. Figure out the inches yourself, I'm not your conversion slave. A prominent feature of the saiga is the pair of closely spaced bloated nostrils directed downward. Other facial features include dark markings on the cheek and nose, and the super long ears. During summer migrations, the saiga's nose helps filter out dust kicked up by the herd and cools the animal's blood. In the winter, it heats up the frigid air before it's taken to the lungs. The coat shows seasonal changes. In summer, the coat appears yellow to red, fading toward the flanks. The Mongolian saiga can develop a sandy color. The coat develops a pale grayish-brown color in winter, with a hint of brown on the belly and the neck. The ventral parts are generally white. The hairs that measure 18 to 30 millimeters long in summer can grow as long as 40 to 70 millimeters in winter. This forms a 12 to 15 centimeter long mane on the neck. Two distinct molts can be observed in a year, one in spring and another in fall/autumn. The epic tail measures 6 to 12 centimeters. Only males possess horns. These horns, thick and slightly translucent, are wax-colored and show 12 to 20 pronounced rings, with a base diameter of 23 to 33 millimeters. The horns of the Russian saiga measure 28 to 38 centimeters in length. The horns of the Mongolian saiga, however, reach a maximum length of 22 centimeters. Whew, that's a lot of sizes. I sure hope you're enjoying somebody read measurements. Which of these animals do you think is the most unique looking, and which would you most like to keep as a pet? Also, check out our other cool stuff showing up on screen now. See you next time!